Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Comix Podcast. I'm the host for today. My name is Luis, and here we have a roundtable of folks that we got to talk about nerd news, entertainment, amongst other things. We have Mighty Mose, we have Andres, and we have Esteban. Ash is going to be joining us a little bit later in the episode because life happens. And but yeah, so we just want to go. We're going to dive right into the episode. It's no secret with the writer's strike, things have gotten a little quieter as far as new content. So there is some news that we're going to get into, some local news that we want to get into also. But before we get too far off topic, aside from going into nerd news entertainment, we also like to showcase a drink that we are starting to have at the start of it. And I think only one person here is actually drinking anything but H2O, and that is my friend Andres. And I would love for him to show up to a screen what he's drinking, maybe inspire you to get a drink.
Hi, I didn't know we were going to do this, but I have a michelada from Modelo, and it's a mango flavored, and it's very yummy. Cheers.
The adjective of yummy is the best. Cheers, sir. If you're listening to this right now on YouTube or any other of our socials, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help our algorithm to spread us out to other people, so that we can continue to provide this content, hopefully at a higher scale too, if more people listen to it also. Before we go into the main topics that we have for today, we did want to showcase a friend of the podcast. The Remo Vision group did a play. Did a play about 3 months ago, maybe a little bit more. And there's another play that's coming up soon from the Remo Vision group, and it is a Southern California group, and the name of it is The Awkward Tale of Carrot and Who Art in Heaven. And he is a satire director, a satire comedy director. And this particular case, if you can't tell by the title, it is revolving around religion and poking fun at the concept of Old Testament and things. So it looks interesting. As of right now, for people that are listening, there is early bird tickets available until the end of September. And tickets would be at a discount for valid for all rows, so front row, second row, whatever. And early bird tickets are at $25 until September 30th. So support live theater, support original content. It's how everything that we have grown to love from a major comic book or movie, it all started from an idea of one person. So that person needs love, support to be able to create what they want to create. So please support local talent. And with that, I'm going to throw it over to Mose. What is the first topic that we have on our agenda?
Okay, topic number 1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to be exclusively on Paramount Plus. Hope you guys are on Paramount Plus. Is anybody?
Hell yes. You're not on Paramount Plus?
What's on Paramount Plus, my guy?
It's well, I mean, okay, now I said hell yes, like I'm like, fuck yeah, all the shit's on it. And it's like, it's really like a nostalgia thing for me. Like old school Nickelodeon is on there, so every like Nicktoon show is on there. Old school MTV, that's for my wife. Like she was really into like Road Rules and all that stuff, and all that old shit is on there. So like I'll come home from work and she's watching like reruns of that shit. And Comedy Central, like every Comedy Central Presents is on there if you're into stand-up. And then they have a lot of original content, a lot of movies, and they recently partnered with Showtime. So Showtime originals are also on Paramount Plus. So it's a really good streaming service. It's one of my favorites. One of the things that I like about it is it's one of the few that you can pay for the year. So you drop $120, kind of like Amazon. Yeah. And be like, I don't want to worry about this for the rest of the year. And you just have this. It feels free instead of like fucking Netflix being $25-$30 or whatever a month.
Yeah.
Mm,
Right now, we are also live right now on
yeah.
TikTok. Stevie sent us a few finger hearts, so I don't know. There you go, one of those. And she sent an "I'm Blue." I don't know what that is, Stevie. Is that like the song from Eiffel 65?
I'm blue.
Or the new one.
Or yeah,
Or
or
the new one.
The new one. The new one is
The new one uses the beat, but doesn't say. No, yeah, I'm
feeling.
Yeah, I'm feeling all right, baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the best
fucking night of my life. Yeah.
And she also sent us cat paws for you, Luis.
Ooh,
My babies.
Where's the babies?
There's one.
Hey.
And can you see her? 25-pounder.
I see eyes.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
don't
all dark
know.
over there.
Oh, I
Back
saw
up.
that back.
You saw her?
I saw that wide back.
There she is.
Look at
Big
that chunk.
bitch. Big old
Look at
bitch.
that chunk.
Yeah.
Stevie says she just canceled her Paramount Plus. Let's see. She said that she was watching Survivor and Amazing Race. That was the thing that
Ah.
I've been thinking of getting into Survivor. We're really into the challenge. I know I've talked about it ad nauseum. I won't go into that tangent today.
What? I love the challenge.
Oh, what? All
Yeah.
right, we'll talk about this off mic.
Yeah, we
Yes.
will.
The moment I said challenge, I saw Andres' face like, here we go again.
I
That was
love
a respectful
no.
dude.
He
He was
shit.
gonna let
I
me.
love
He
the
was gonna let me
challenge.
go.
I
Just
love
not for me.
there a
My
new
wife
season
actually
now?
got me into it. Yeah, we've been watching the new season. So my wife got me into it.
I gotta
And she
find
was
it.
really into road rules. How that's how it started, and now it just evolved into its own thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool because it brings people from Survivor, Big Brother, the Amazing Race, like, and they're all competing on this thing. Like, oh, it's kind of cool. It's like a little multiverse.
A multiverse.
again with multiverse. God damn it! I'm sick of this shit already.
Not another one. Shit.
Not another one.
What are your sentiments on Paramount Plus / TMNT? You saw it in theaters with your kids, right?
They're they're really excited. They really like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one, the one that just came out. I showed them TMNT, the other animated movie one that came out with
the sequel to The Ooze.
Yeah, I guess it was supposed to be like the sequel to Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah.
So I showed them that one. We started watching the live action Ninja Turtles, and like I think they got creeped out a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
The OG first one or the one produced by like the newer one?
The OG one. The OG one. Yeah, we were watching.
I love that one so much.
Put it on because my wife's a huge Ninja Turtles fan.
Really? I didn't know that about that.
Yeah, she loves Ninja Turtles.
Oh, that's dope.
So we put it on. We were watching it. My middle son was all about it. Like he was sitting down and watching and stuff like that. My oldest was kind of like, okay, like he's at that point where he doesn't know if things are like when he's watching movies, if it's real or not, you know? So like, he'll kind of like, is that real? You know? Yeah. Like, well, no, it's animatronics, it's a costume, it's this, it's that, you know, we kind of break it down for him. Because since Diana does a lot of the special effects, she showed him pictures of the stuff that she used to do, and she's just like, look, this is all makeup, it's not real, you know, it all comes off and stuff like that. So that's how we explained it to him, you know, and that's the one thing that I didn't want him to do is I didn't want him to get all creeped out over it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a train. I didn't want to get him creeped out because I know that there some part, it's either in the first or the second one where they show Donatello or Mikey like laughing and you see like a pair of eyeballs in his mouth. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, and that's the thing is I didn't want him to be all creeped out by that, you know. So we like yeah, you know, and then that's like one of the last things that I need him to do to get or to watch something like that. But they dug it. They saw on Amazon that that it was coming out, and they're like, so they all come with it. Dad, yeah. Did you see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem? I go, yeah, I took you guys to go see it. It's on Amazon now. You know what that means, right? What does that mean? You're gonna buy it.
The fuck? Why do you have to buy it? It's on fucking Paramount. Watch it
Right,
there.
but this was before. This was before they said that it was on Paramount. You know.
Did
So
you
I'm
buy
like,
it?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm like, I'm not buying that right now. And they're like, why? I go, because it's going to come out on Paramount or Netflix or whatever, you know, in like a couple weeks. And sure enough, it's Paramount, which, by the way, the OG ones, the 80s ones are on Paramount Plus, the 2 seasons. So that's the next thing I'm trying to get them into is to watch that.
Hell yeah.
No, we are not sponsored by Paramount Plus.
No, we're not. As much as this
they're
sounds
just
like.
really this excited.
We're just fans. Andres, you didn't get to see Mutant Mayhem in theaters. Is that?
I sure didn't, and I don't have Paramount Plus, so I guess I'm not gonna get to
Never
watch
watching it.
You're not doing
Same.
it. 7-day free trial? No.
Nah, I'm good. I got too much shit as it is now.
I understand.
Same boat, friends. Same boat.
It's like.
It's like for us, it's like I probably shouldn't be saying this, but I need Paramount to crack down on password sharing or shit like that, you know. So it's like really the stuff that like we pay for is Netflix and Hulu, and it's one of those. It's like legit like street trading. It's like, oh, and I got HBO Max because I have AT&T, so I got that shit free, you know. So it's just kind of like. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I'll give you my password to Peacock if you give me HBO Max. Okay, cool. Like it's a win-win, you know. Like it doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. So like half of it, like it's like I would say I have quote unquote all the streaming services, but I don't pay for all of them. You know, it's like straight street trading. It's like I'll give you Paramount for fucking, you know, HBO Max or whatever. You know what I mean?
They just started cracking down. I know they said they were going to, but it actually happened to me on Netflix. Because I told my sister about One Piece, the live action. She started watching it, and then like after the second episode, it told her you're in a different household than the original IP address.
Yeah.
To upgrade the thing, and so I felt bad because she's like, "Oh, do you know what happened?" I'm like, "Oh, damn it!" So I upgraded my fucking account, and I'm like, to allow one out of my whatever. I'm like, "Here's your new link." Like. Fucking redeem it. Now it's $30. I'm like,
oh wow.
You know.
Wow, Netflix, eat a dick. Like what?
I mean, let's be honest. Do they really need that year $30? I don't think they do.
Gross.
Yeah.
But I understand why you did it. You know what I mean? It's like if I were in your shoes, I'd probably be doing the same thing. You know?
Yeah. One thing you mentioned HBO Max. One thing that I have been doing. So, tradition that I've had since I met my wife is she does not like horror at all. Like, and it's a big part of my personality. I very much enjoy horror films. I enjoy scary things, creepy, crawly things, and so as a result. When we first met, I told her, I'm like, starting September, I have a thing where once a weekend, at the very least, I watch a scary film. Once we get closer to like the weeks right before Halloween, I usually like amp it up and I do all kinds of films. But so I started introducing her to the Mount Rushmore of horror films. As the years have progressed, I have been increasing the intensity, like to just try to get her into it. They might have overdone it. So this past weekend on HBO Max, they have Evil Dead Rise, and I forgot how creepy that movie was. Like, I was like, she'll be fine, and she wasn't really paying attention. She was like on her phone, and it's the same discussion that.
Continue.
It's the same discussion that every couple has, and they're like, "What do you want to watch?" I'm like, I don't care. Whatever you want, just put something on, and then we end up like just scrolling forever. But I already had this movie in mind. So 2 weekends ago, we watched Amityville Horror, the remake with Ryan Reynolds, which I figure it's a good movie, but hot Ryan Reynolds is going to take you out of the scary shit because he's
For
walking
sure.
around
Absolutely.
with no shirts. And what's going on in here?
Yeah,
Like,
no shirt.
I'm gonna chop some wood. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, bro. Like,
No,
what are we doing?
No shirt, and he fucking goes out in his fucking pajama pants while it's raining, and
Yes!
you're like,
Mm.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
That's
and he's
that good
chopping, and
stuff.
like every day he's chopping wood. I'm like, I have not seen you light the fireplace once, my man. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, great movie. And so,
Fuck are you putting this wood, Ryan Reynolds?
where is it going?
you chopping the wood and you pitching someone. Know what I'm saying? So that happens. We watched that. She was fine, and it was creepy. She's not really into like possession type shit. And then Evil Dead Rise is very like, I mean, obviously it takes homage of the Evil Dead series, but there's also some nuggets from The Exorcist, that like little nods to other horror films that I thought that director just did it so well, of just not ripoffs, but just clearly has an admiration for horror and what it represents, and you know, no jump scares, everything's a build, everything is, oh god, it's so good. We're like 45 minutes into this film, and my wife, the phone's down at this point, by the way, so I can see that she's in it, and she's like, why are we watching this? I'm like, we can take it off. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really don't want you to say to take it off. And she's like, and then she's just kind of like holding on to me and like, what? But like, she's glued to the TV. Once we got towards like the final act, it gets a little darker for those who haven't seen it. I won't give anything away.
Gotcha, bitch.
The cheese grater for one did make me cringe.
Ooh.
But like little scenes like that started to like really fuck with her, so she like started playing like a Disney game on her phone, like to just like nullify the shit that she's watching. But she did it, man.
Yes,
Like,
Mickey.
yeah. He's laughing. And so it really helped like kind of get her through it, and we got through it at like, and it was like maybe noon. And she's like, can we go for a walk? I'm like, yes, you know, let's go for a walk. So like, you know, whatever. But because of that, and I kept praising her how well she did, because she would normally never watch something like that. And I was like, I think you can do the OG Exorcist. And she like looked at me with eyes of intrigue. She's like, you think? I'm like, yeah. This was way more intense because it looks more realistic. Yeah. It's set in its time. Now, OG Exorcist is often considered one of the scariest movies of all time, but I think you can handle it. I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I really want to see the sequel. Believe her. Like,
yeah.
And so she's like, maybe we'll watch it next weekend. Like, now there's a little bit of intrigue, and I'm like, okay. I'm trying not to act too excited, but
Caramba.
Anyway, now that I've gone and said that, I wanted to go around the room to see if anybody has any Halloween traditions that they do or that you like to implement. Starting with you, Mose. How important is Halloween in the life of Mose?
Halloween used to be a real big deal when I was a kid, and then because we were Southern Baptists, my mom stopped us from doing Halloween for a long time. She was like, nope, Bible says yoink. And so it wasn't until I was like a teenager, like getting ready to be done with high school, that actually I take that back, but we definitely were 13, 14, 15 before, something like that. Anyway, Halloween has now become casual for me. It used to be a big deal, but it's casual for me now. I'm just like, it's nice to do something, but if I don't, I don't. But I definitely have my Halloween movies that I will absolutely not watch because they absolutely fuck up my sleep.
Wait,
and they're not even
name them.
Name them. And when I say them, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Watch. House on Haunted Hill.
Okay.
13 Ghosts.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That shit fucked me up.
See, so far, those two movies, you saw those in high school, so those fucked you up then, which makes sense why they still fuck you up now. What else you got?
Oh my gosh. And then the last one is, what is that? It's a fifth attack. It's an alien movie, and I can't I'm mad. It's got Hilary Swank in it. Just give me a second.
Oh,
Hilary Swank is
The
the
Fourth Kind.
movie. Huh?
Is it The Fourth Kind? The one
The
where she
Fourth
did
Kind.
Alaska?
she's a
Yes.
therapist.
Yes, The Fourth Kind. That movie
Oh,
fucks me up.
it
Because-
did.
Huh?
Good.
It fucks me up because there was nothing you could do to keep yourself safe. There was nothing. They had a technology that was beyond anything we could do. And if they really were getting you and doing that to you, there's no way to defend yourself. And the idea of something like that just really fucks with me.
That
Really
movie, it did get to me, but then when I'm one of those weirdos that I look up things when they say it's inspired by true events.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the extra.
Yeah, like I was, because it was like they'll watch the acting, and then right after the acting they'll show the real footage, and I'll be like, and I'm losing my shit, and I'm like, how did
Yes.
this not make news? And then you come to find out that, like, when you Google it, the first thing at the time was a lawsuit from the mayor saying, how dare you say these things actually happened, because now people don't want to come to our city here in Alaska. And so like and so then there was like an official release, like maybe a couple weeks after the movie's release, that okay, this actually didn't happen. Like, and it's like, your whole marketing was based on true events. Like,
Oh, fucking terrible. I had no idea the movie was fake, but the idea of some shit like that happening just really wrecked me. I was like, oh my gosh, there's nothing you can do. Look at that chunk.
Big drunken kitty.
big old bitch. Andres, I know,
Sure.
I know Halloween is big with you. You share a love of horror with your wife, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm very eager to hear your Halloween routine.
So she already started decorating the house with Halloween shit.
Some of our
We
neighbors.
have a new projector in the front yard that projects ghosts onto
Oh,
it.
nice.
Nice.
So we have that. I haven't bought the giant fucking skeletons, or there's a Jack Skeleton at Home Depot because that shit is crazy expensive. And we're liable to leave it up all year long. But yeah, we've already started. Usually our go-to movies, if we're not watching like a series or anything, is we'll search for whatever random horror movie is on, whether it's good or bad, and we'll watch it.
Random. It's not a specific.
Yeah, no, we'll look for stuff. We'll just look for the horror stuff and see if we find something.
No
and we
shit.
always have Shudder, and we'll like hit it up. And it's always, the good thing about Shudder is they have a ton of shit and they're always adding to it. And it's hit and miss. Like you'll either find something that you really enjoy, or God damn, it's a real piece of shit. But yeah. So we already started like watching our horror movies. And yeah, I think the last movie we went to go see at the theaters, we just went to go see The Nun 2. So we saw.
Wow.
I heard Nun 2 was garbage.
It was okay. So she didn't like it as much as the first, and I liked it better than the first. So we had mixed results.
That's not saying a lot, because the first one was a piece of shit.
Well, she liked the first one, and I thought the first one was not good. So there's that.
First one was a piece of shit, so you know.
So take that for what you would.
Well, Luis and I, we went to go see the first one.
And it was a piece of shit.
It was a bit shit.
I
You
hated
get
it.
old hands or
But
something else.
I like at the very, very end how they tied it all together. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like but at the
Well,
end, but
would you like
remember
to know
when
something?
we went to go see it. It's like at the end, we both looked at each other like we were like, oh.
Would you
And
like
then,
to know
after
something?
when you really think about it, you're like, that was a piece of shit.
It takes off right from the end of that one. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
but yeah, so yes, it's very important to us, and we're gonna get started, and we have a bunch of shit planned to do this coming month.
So you don't have must-watch movies for Halloween?
No, but we'll
It's just
probably
horror theme.
we'll probably get to a franchise and go through a list of movies. I think I had mentioned it a couple weeks back. I think we're gonna do Child's Play and go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, season 2 just
On the
dropped
show.
on
Yeah,
Peacock.
I've heard.
Season 1 was really good. Did you watch?
I
Child's
have
Play?
not watched, but I heard it was good.
It was good, man. Yeah, I want to check out season 2. I forgot that it was out actually.
But yeah,
Um,
that's our
What about you, Esteban? What is your Halloween sitch?
Well, for Halloween, for me, Halloween, I love Halloween. I always have, always will. And so does my wife. But she and I have two completely different like thoughts of Halloween. Like I love the horror, scary, like in your face type stuff. She's more of the not so scary, but more like Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin, the Disney Halloween stuff like that. You know, she really likes.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
So cute.
That's the kind of stuff that, and the one thing that we do.
Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus, things like that. Like those are her movies. That's but me on the other hand, like I'll watch those movies and I love those movies too. You know, and it's like we try to introduce them to like our kids and stuff like that. You know, so that they know that like you know there is like scary stuff and there's stuff that's not scary. You know, my horror buddy is going to be my middle child, my youngest son. He loves being scared. He'll sit down and he'll watch, you know, anything scary. My oldest doesn't like scary stuff at all. The little one, I mean, she'll be 10 months later this week or next week.
So, favorite movie is The Exorcist.
Right? She's about that. Put Cujo on.
Just,
Like,
Cujo. Just hold her head, hold her eyes.
don't you like this?
What? No. It's not even that. It's like I can't tell, you know what I mean? Because like when like the boys were younger and stuff like that, like I'd like play scare with them, you know, and I was able to tell like, okay, he likes being scared, or no, he doesn't like being scared or whatever. But yeah, it's like as far as like family tradition goes, movies, Hocus Pocus, you know, Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin, you know, things like that, you know, it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that we'll do. For me myself, because my wife does not like scary movies at all. She doesn't like the feeling of being chased or the feeling of being watched. She doesn't like that. She doesn't like the fact that like it's the phrase goes "fuck around and find out." She doesn't like those types of movies. You know,
doesn't
like
want to find out. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you know, the possession ones and things like that. Me, on the other hand, I'll a little
possession,
by myself. Fucking
possession is my shit, son.
Yeah. I'm not saying I love being possessed because I never have, and I pray to God I never will. You know, but like I'll watch.
Fight me over. I would like to see, and I have questions.
But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. Well, so yeah,
we had this conversation. I think when we went to go see The Nun, Esteban, that we were both raised like very strict Catholic. So like as I've gotten older, I've kind of I keep teetering between agnostic and atheist. And so but as I've gotten older, it's like I'm very intrigued by that because it was such a forbidden topic when I was a kid. And so that part just really like, oh, like that's so creepy, you know, and it was like kind of like a taboo subject, which is why I think The Exorcist was so colossal when it happened, because nobody was doing films like that.
Oh, of course not. No, not at all. Real quick on her TikTok, Isabel came by. What's up, Isabel? And she says, "That's me. I don't like horror." Well, horror is amazing.
Horror's great. Start slow. Like we're talking about Paramount Plus. They got Are You Afraid of the Dark in there. That was my.
I love that show.
I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark.
I love that show. That show would fuck with you sometimes. They had some legit ass episodes.
Show coming up.
Oh, there was an old school Goosebumps on Fox also. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere.
Yes, Justin Long, right? Justin Long's going to be in it.
It's a Disney Plus Goosebumps.
I had all the books as a kid. I
had a shit ton of them. Didn't read a lot of them, but I had a lot of them. I owned them.
Doesn't mean I read them.
I was like a part of a subscription that my old man said.
Yes, I got on that subscription.
Oh yeah,
mailed them to you.
So I had them all on my like bookshelf, and I was just like looking at them, like like, but I didn't read them.
Come on. I'm not reading that shit.
Ain't got no pictures in there at all.
Ain't no pictures in this bitch. Nah.
I think I read like maybe 2 or 3 of them, and when I read them, I'm like, oh, these are good. Like,
good. Night of the Living
Like
Dead.
150 pages. Like they're so short. Like,
They're so quick and they're so good.
They're
I
good.
should buy them again just for the
Or else.
nostalgia.
The best ones were the make your own story ones. So you
Yes.
Choose your adventure.
you turn to another
Love
one.
those.
Oh, I cheated like crazy.
all
though.
the time.
Be like, what do you want to do?
Absolutely.
Do this, and then I go to that. Hold my.
Definitely
And
going
you're
to
dead.
I'm dead. I'm like, let me go back. Like, what I meant to say is, I'm gonna eat the peanut butter. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah,
Really
it's
though.
it's like I'll watch like the super scary shit alone, you know. Like I'll purposely stay up, you know, make sure like the kids are asleep, my wife's asleep, and then like the last one I saw was the Pope's Exorcist.
Okie dokie.
I haven't seen Pope's Exorcist, but I heard it was decent.
That wasn't me.
Okay, I was like, who said
Okay,
okie dokie?
I don't know who did that.
That was not.
But I heard the Pope's Exorcist was fun. That it wasn't
It was
scary.
all right.
It was
It
okay.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like horror, like scary. There were a
Not
few
scary.
things where you're just like, oh, that's
Not
kind of
scary.
creepy, but yeah, it's but it's not, it wasn't like, oh my god, like it scared the shit out of me. Like it wasn't anything like that.
Andres wrecked it. I think like 3 weeks ago, like 3-4 weeks.
I thought it was a fun movie. Yeah, it wasn't scary. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's worth
So-
it just to hear Russell Crowe do that accent.
It is worth it just to hear him do
Ooh.
this.
Are you making fun of him, or he did it well?
I liked it. It's terrible, but I liked
It's
it.
terrible.
Oh,
It-
got it. Okay, I was
it's-
like, I
it-
can't
it's-
read.
He said, I
It's
can't
so
read.
terrible,
Is
it's
this
really good.
sarcasm? No,
It's so terrible. It's good.
it's so terrible. It's good.
That's fun.
And then I saw that they're gonna do another one. I was like, hell yeah, I'm in.
Oh no, bro.
More fucking accents.
Okay, here's the thing about that movie. Okay, the one thing that like completely took, like I was like invested and I'm watching it, like I'm in. You know, the one thing that took me out of it was the very end. Okay, the very end where they're in like the fucking basement of the Vatican. Okay, and they're going through like these are like the different spots of that we found portals to hell and shit like that, because essentially that's what it was. You know, it's like there were portals to hell. Swear to God, not even fucking kidding. Felt like they were forming the fucking Avengers at the very end. I'm not kidding. It's just like how did it go? The priest that got pulled into it, he says, okay, it's time to go to work. And then the character that Russell Crowe played, he goes, no, we're going to hell. And I'm just like, and then it's like cut and credits, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Hey man, they got to set the sequel up, like you said.
Like no joke. Like I
On
was
the
in,
Hell Squad.
I'm like, okay, so we're talking about a kid that's mute now because he saw his dad getting impaled through the fucking skull in a car accident. Get it? Cool. The daughter is a bitch.
Spoilers.
You know,
Right before the credits roll, you just hear I like on a little radio on your left.
On your left.
going dark.
Yeah, Sam Wilson.
Oh man.
Well, what are your Halloween festivities? What are your traditions? What is a must-watch movie? Let us know in the comments, and we'll talk about it. And actually, we'll watch it. Watch it on the next one. What else we got on the docket, Mose?
The Continental. Does that name ring a bell to anyone?
Yes.
It's getting a 3-part event. Guess which streaming app?
Oh, we were just talking about the streamings.
It's on.
Guesses, gentlemen.
Hulu.
Hulu? Incorrect. You can't
the
guess, Esteban.
Huh?
You can't guess. You know what it is.
I already know it. Oh, how dare you? It's on the CAC.
It's on the notes.
It's on the cat. Yeah, Peacock.
Yeah.
And it's an origin story, from what I understand it, of Winston, the head of the Continental Hotel,
Right.
and it's like how he came to power in the Continental Hotel and how he met his right-hand man, the dude that unfortunately passed away earlier this year. And this sounds very disrespectful. I don't actually know his name. But
Lance Reddick.
thank you, Lance Reddick.
Lance Reddick.
Thank you.
Put some respect on
Thank
that.
you for a third time.
Lance.
I heard it, goddamn.
That was for the people in the back.
I'm a big John Wick fan. I don't know if I care about the Continental, but
Read.
probably get. I mean, there's not a lot of content right now, but I'm going through Suits, y'all. Like everyone watched it 10 years ago, and it just started. It just came on Netflix. It's been trending.
This is
And
a shit.
dude, I didn't know this. Like, me and my wife we're like on season 5, and it's become a job because it's like every episode is like an hour. There's 16 episodes per season, and we're like, God damn it! Like, but I mean, it is really good. It's good television.
That's where I fell in love with Meghan Markle, but she never fell in love back.
Mm.
I didn't understand it at first when I saw Meghan Markle, and I was like, I don't get it. And then when she was in this show, I'm like, I still don't get it. 2 episodes in, I get it. Like, you know,
Get it. Now I get it.
that bitch can wear the hell out of a skirt. Get it.
Stupid. Oh my god.
Will you be watching
What?
the Continental? Will you be watching?
Me.
Yes.
I'm leaning towards no.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards no. It'll probably have to be one of those things where it comes out and I've run out of shit to watch, and then it's on the homies Plex or
So
something.
never. So never.
Right. I'm just like, if I
Or
run
if the review, because it just came out on the 21st of September.
yeah.
So, little fourth wall breaking the day we recorded this. So, for all we know, come next week, it's going to be hitting the best show in the world. Like, you know, kind of like One Piece was. It was like everywhere. Everyone was talking about it and raving about it. So, who knows? Maybe that. But as of right now, there isn't a pull. And I know because of the strike, there hasn't been a lot of marketing about it either. So, we're in a weird place about it. So, that's a no. Wait, so you said if you run out of shit to watch, what are you watching right
run
now?
out of shit to watch because I'm already close. My animes are all like one episode at a time. So frustrating. I don't have anything to binge. So maybe. Not likely. Not likely.
That's in my mind. Fuck your
Never
show.
mind. Not likely.
It's not my show.
Nah, probably not.
What about you, Andres?
Watching fucking Suits. Watch.
I don't have a Peacock, so I won't be watching shit.
All right.
That was an easy one for me. If I had it, possibly if there was nothing else on, but that's
Right? Like, it's not John Wick. What do I care?
That's kind of where I was feeling of it. It's Keanu Reeves doing that little limp run that he does. Like, that was what makes it cool, you know? And he does his own stunts and shit.
And his bulletproof suits.
Yeah. Heck yeah. There. Someone?
I'm probably not going to be watching it. I think John Wick 4 got fucking spoiled for me on fucking TikTok. So.
Oh.
No good.
Yeah, the ending, the final ending with Bill Skarsgård.
Was it the stairs?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the stairs. It was the standoff.
Oh,
That was
The
fucking
draw.
good, though.
Yeah. And then when Winston goes, "You arrogant asshole," he didn't fire. And then it's like fucking Bill Skarsgård's eyes, and then fucking eats it.
Those damn stairs.
Yeah, so good. We talked about streaming a second ago. Andres, is there a show that you're watching right now?
Yes. It's on Netflix. I am watching The Devil in Ohio, and we're just 2 episodes in. It's kind of a cult girl, maybe devil shit. So I don't know yet.
You don't know how to recommend or anything.
Yeah, but there is another movie or another show. I think it's a miniseries on Netflix that I would recommend. It's called Dear Child, but it's in German. It's good, but you're gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then you get to the end, and I still don't know what the fuck went on. But I was like, I don't know what's going on, but it's good. I'll keep watching.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck I just watched, but I liked it.
That's how I felt about Carmen, old member of the podcast, had recommended 9 Coins. Do I have one of those?
Yes.
And I didn't know what the fuck I was watching, and it disturbed me, and I just kept watching. Like it was
Like the movie, like the show is like, oh, you try to guess what's going on. It's like, and then you're like, hey man, I was fucking wrong, and I'm never wrong at this shit. So I would say watch it. It's good, but I still was like, what the fuck just happened?
Esteban, what are you watching right now, streaming wise?
Streaming wise, whoa. Streaming wise,
Wise?
I know. My wife and I have been putting on the back burner Mayans, not on purpose. But we're like on like the last like 4 episodes or 5 episodes of Mayans, so that's
Are you guys like all in right now?
Huh?
Are you guys like all in right now? You're like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, we binged the first like 4 seasons, 5.5 seasons, like nonstop. It's just like another one. We're like, yeah, another one, yeah, you know. And then like when we realized it was like we only got 5 left, like we're just like, oh, let's stop and let's just wait a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Just because it's like after that, it's like, what's the next thing that we're gonna watch? You know what I mean?
Got it.
But myself, like for me, I turned on Reacher. I started watching Reacher on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I saw Reacher.
Oh, I haven't
The
seen
new
it.
one?
but
Yeah, I saw Reacher.
It looked intriguing.
Yeah, it's really good. I've seen it's only 6 episodes, I think, this season.
Mm.
And I've seen half. I've seen 3, and it's really good. And that's why I messaged you guys. I'm like, if this guy's not fucking Batman, I don't want it because of the way that he carries himself in the show. I'm like, that's fucking Batman. Like not even Bruce Wayne. Like
take whatever Batman they'll give you, and you'll like it, sir.
I know. And what am I saying? It's like
We're not with you, Esteban. We're against you. Against.
Batman. Fuck it. All right, I'll take it. Shit.
Against.
Donald Glover is.
I'm watching it. You know.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's like it was one of those. And other than that, I'm not really like I finished One Piece and I liked it. It was good. You know.
Did you, sir?
Oh, you were supposed
How are we just glossing over that shit?
Why are you supposed to give us a review, sir?
Okay, I didn't want to like I don't know. I just felt like it's like because I gave Cobra Kai so much shit, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm like, you know what? I'll give One Piece a chance. It's like, you know, I'll give it a chance. And then I watched it. I'm like, I got hooked. I'm like, fuck, the first episode's fucking dope. I'm like, okay, oh my god, the second episode's fucking dope. Like, okay, let's keep going, you know. So I'm just kind of like, okay, cool. So that's why I'm not tooting my own horn about it because I hear the Cobra Kai comments in the back of my head.
I'm proud of you, sir, because anime isn't for everybody. Like, it's just a fact. And so when they make a real life adaptation to it, a lot of people are like, oh, it's based on an anime. I immediately check out. But there have been so many people, yourself included, that it's like, well, it's worldwide known. Let me give it a chance. And then you do, and then guess what? It's possible to enjoy it. Now, the same percentage of people that gave it a shot like you did, sir, that enjoyed it, same percent didn't like it. And that's okay too. Like, but it's like the idea that you actually gave it a shot, like, oh man, that's makes my dick hard. That's great.
Well, I'm glad it can make dick.
You made his dick hard. You should feel good for the night.
Congratulations on making Luis's dick hard, Esteban. Well done.
That's going to be the highlight of the show. It's going to be on our TikTok.
And how many of you will make my dick
You
hard?
made my dick
Check out
hard.
One Piece and tell me what you think.
But yeah,
Out here doing the Lord's work, Luis. Well done.
The Lord's work.
But yeah, it's like I'm in like a slump, like a TV show slump, or
I get that.
Not with Luis. You made him hard.
you know, yeah.
Swing.
But yeah, it's just like I kind of feel like I don't
So
want.
you're like watching when you're by yourself. Are you watching like reruns of shit that you've liked? You're not watching anything new.
It's like I want to get out of that, and I want to watch.
I get that.
You know, like I saw The Witcher. I saw the entire, third season.
Really?
Of The Witcher.
I missed it.
That's commitment, my good sir. I stopped at season 1.
I skipped this last one. No, that shit looked ass.
It was good. I liked it. I really liked it. There was one monster where the animation was like fucking god awful. I'm just like, what is this? You know, but it's like it was only there for like a few minutes and then like it moved on. So it was good. It was a good send off for Henry Cavill. I'm a little worried about how Liam Hemsworth's going to deal with it. You know, because Liam Hemsworth is not fucking Henry Cavill. You know, but it was good. I dug it. You know, I really did like it.
Well, all right. Anybody, and not to get too much into streaming, we'll move on to the next topic here in a second. For those of you who have Apple TV, there's a really good show called Hijack on it. I don't know if anybody here has seen it, starring Idris Elba. No?
Heard about it.
One of my coworkers was telling me that it was good, and then it was one of those things that I would see him maybe once a week. And then when he would walk away, he's like, "You see Hijack yet?" And then it got to the point where it was getting annoying. I'm like, "God damn it, quit asking me if I've seen this stupid show." So I watched it more to stop that conversation. It was fucking good. Like it's it's like one of those shows that goes in real time. So you're watching the show through the perspective of Idris Elba, and guess what? The plane gets hijacked. And so then you're learning shit as he's learning shit. If the episode is 40 minutes, it's 40 minutes there. Like, so it was kind of like 24.
Okay.
The time frame of it, because it was like a flight, and I think it's like 5 or 6 episodes. So it like it's pretty on par with it. And it was really interesting. It was very for movie fans that liked like Rear Window or Disturbia, where it's like a lot of it is filmed in that area. Like it does cheat because it does go to the command center and it goes there and then it follows them for a bit, then it goes back to the airplane. But like I get so impressed through an actor's ability of like he's sitting in his seat. I mean, he's a very good looking man, don't get me wrong, but he's sitting in his seat and that's entertaining. Like he's there and then he's like looking to the left, then he looks to the right, writes a note, and then he's waiting for the person to read the note. Like, and we're at the edge of our, like me and my wife, we're just like, did he read it? Like, these actors' portrayal, and not just him, obviously, but even the person that read the note of like no, like, and then we're like, as the viewer, you're like, what did the fucking note say? Did he say beat him up? Like what? Like, you know, you're like, yeah, it's really good. It's very old school thriller TV, and if you're looking for that edge of your seat type shit, and it's short, sweet, Hijack.
Nice.
Did you guys watch Midnight Mass?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
He was so excited.
That was like 2 years ago.
No, I know, but I know Mose wasn't on the show when we were talking about it. That's why I was asking, because I know Mike Flanagan's coming out with another one. That's coming out in November.
Ooh.
Again, no marketing, so I didn't have no idea.
Exactly. How can we know? Damn, so many undercut gems gonna be out. It's gonna be a bunch of sneak attacks.
Although I'm not gonna immediately suck his dick when it comes to like, oh, it's Mike Flanagan. I'm so excited. What was that one? Bly Manor? I wasn't a fan.
I like Bly Manor a lot. They're all not Haunting of Hill House. That was my absolute.
I never watched any of that shit.
Haunting of Hill House
Hill House is awesome.
Yeah, I watched it back to back. I binged it Friday, Saturday. Loved it so much. Went out to my roommate and be like, "You need to watch this shit." And I sat down and watched it again. Like,
can't watch it.
By the way, the show that he's doing is the House of Usher, which is Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes, now you're pulling me in.
Wait,
I love Bly Manor a lot. Yes.
Love. Fuck you.
I didn't. It's not. I didn't touch Hill House to me. I thought Hill House is like
that's on a pinnacle.
Perfection.
It's not on a Mount Rushmore.
I really like. What is it even about? What is it even about?
Oh, it's you.
That's it. It's a haunted house.
It's something that happens in a house with a family that they're dealing with, and it has ramifications for them in the future. So there's stuff going back and forth, and you see the siblings, and you see how they dealt with something that happened.
I went deeper than I did. I was like, family moves into a haunted house. They all move out of it. and the kids are kids. And then when they grow up, they all have like they're all dealing with it in their own way. They're like, did that
Whatever happened.
happen? And it's like you get to watch. It's almost like you get to rewatch the season through all of their perspectives because they all. And oh god, it's so
Then
funny.
you get to the end, so you actually see what happened, and then you're like, oh,
Dude.
fucking hell.
Yeah, Haunting a Hill House. It's got to be on my Mount Rushmore. I think of just like
wow.
Yeah,
I'm
because you
about
get to see.
Is it still on Netflix?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Show.
Is it scary?
There's
there's things that are like maybe like, oh, that's creepy. Scary, I wouldn't say so because my wife, that was very early on in our relationship, and again, like I mentioned, she is not a fan of scary shit. She was able to sit through that with me, and like she dug it. Like so, just I think Ash watched it too, right? And he's not a fan of
I
horror.
don't know.
I don't think you watched it.
Watch it. Oh,
I'm not opposed. For the record, I'm not opposed to being scared. I just want to know if it's something I can fall asleep to, or if I should not try falling asleep to.
don't fall asleep to it because those thoughts might still be in your head.
Didn't affect me. That's our watching time.
Yeah, I watched
Right?
it.
Like, can I chill out in my bed, like on my pillows, watching it like this, or do I need to be like focused and not fucking myself up with night terrors?
My only recommendation, if for anybody that's listening to this that hasn't seen Haunting a Hill House that wants to watch it, and I'm looking at you, Andres, for a confirmation, put your cell phone in another room, pay attention to the screen 100%.
Oh, yeah, you do have to pay attention.
Have to know, but it does better.
No,
Because
it helps.
there are things that happen on screen that never get addressed.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And so if you pick up on it and be like, wait, what? And that's part of the fun, like, of watching it. You see something and be like, what the hell was that? And then sometimes you're like, did I imagine it? You rewind it, and sure enough, you're like, yep, there's a fucking face in the window. Like,
Oh wow.
and like little things like that. It's just such a great fucking show. God damn it.
So here's the thing. For me, speaking of horror, when I watch stuff like this and we talk about it, my mind starts to run. Okay. Like in the middle of this conversation, I'm staring at the fucking windows behind Andres. I'm staring at the fucking the window or the is behind you, Luis, the window that you got right there. Yeah. So it's like I'm staring at that shit. This window right here is fucking open, you know. So it's like, so my mind starts to fucking my mind starts to fucking start moving, you know. So I'm thinking to myself, it's like I have a feeling someone's fucking watching me over here, you know. And then I'm looking at the window behind Andres. I'm like, is there gonna be a fucking face that pops up right now? Because that would be fucking dope.
Oh, that'd
You
be
know?
good for reviews.
Right, you know. So
You
it's shit like that. So it's stuff like that. So it's like when I finished watching The Pope's Exorcist, my kids had this driving toy, okay, that one of our friends gave us. And you turn on it has blinkers and stuff like that. It has a horn and all that stuff. Tell me why when I go and I'm like, okay, movie's done, time for bed. It's 11 o'clock, you know. I go and I turn off the light. As soon as I turn off the light and I start walking away, the fucking blinker turns on that toy. Nothing's touching it. Nothing. There's nothing on top of it. Nothing at all. But it goes off. And I'm like, and so that's what. Then again, my mind starts to, okay, don't turn around.
Wow.
Just fucking book into the bedroom.
Up in the house.
You know, and I think
in the house. I see.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why my wife doesn't like watching stuff like that, because she feels like by watching it, you invite it in, you know? So it's stuff like that. I still watch it. So if there's creepy shit that goes on, it's my fault.
If it happens, it happens. I get that. What do we got next on the docket, Mose?
Looks like Marvel is doubling down on Jonathan Majors as Kang. They're sticking beside him. There was a speculation that maybe his part in Loki would be cut or reduced. Apparently, not at all. And Marvel is fine where they at. Thoughts?
I think they can do what they want now because of the writer's strike. So it's like You know, if
You know, he working through the strike.
on that.
He
But
definitely fucking lying.
yeah, this could very well be Marvel's. Well, this is the only media we're gonna get, so fuck it, let's go with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's such a difficult thing because, obviously we weren't there, but it's like, the charges were dropped and it was like, it turned, was it a lie? Is it not a lie? Like, it's scary. Like, so I don't know whose side to be on. So I'm just gonna politely stay quiet and watch the content that he's gonna be at. Because it does suck the timing of everything because clearly Disney doubled down on him as the new villain of like, all right, let's fucking build him up so that when we finally get to the end of this era, Jonathan Majors being the big bad or whatever. And it's like, once the first, like, they first start to like plant the seed and then the shit breaks out and it's like, oh, God damn it. Like, we haven't.
Can't put it back. We can't put it back.
Yeah.
Seed's been planted.
We can't put it back, guys. I mean,
Andres, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult, like, because we don't know what happened, and I am more inclined to, well, like, you know how I said you're innocent until proven guilty, and that's in a court of law, not in the court of public opinion. So if it's up to me, I am going to side on the side of someone who was victimized by a person until something comes forward. So yeah, I chose to believe her side, and would that affect whether I watch her or not? I don't know. I guess it depends on where I'm at with everything. So will I watch? Maybe not at the movies.
Me definitely. I haven't seen a fucking Marvel film in the theaters, and nope. I saw Guardians 3.
I was going to say Guardians.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. I guess his case is still going on, right?
Is
yeah.
It wasn't drop, but I know you had said it, and I was like, I'm pretty positive I saw something that they're like, it's going slowly.
She dropped the charges, but the state didn't. So
yeah, that's what I thought would happen. So
there's been so much conflicting information out. Like first it was like he definitely did something to her. Then it was like somebody said she got in a fight earlier that night, and those wounds were from that. And then there was a thing where they're like, she's wanted for domestic violence on her own, and now she's fled the state and they can't find her. And it was just like,
but
what?
then after that stuff came out and everyone was like, oh, okay, maybe he didn't do anything. And then there was a, like, I don't know if it was Rolling Stone or a magazine did interviewed his, like, people who knew him and went to school with him, and they said like, nah, this guy's fucked up. He even had like stuff like this following him through college and shit. So it was like, oh, fuck.
He's got a reputation for being this type of person. So it's like, did he do it this time too? Did he not? Did he used to be terrible and now he's trying to be better? I don't really know. Because apparently he was breaking up fights between teenagers. So
That was at like a
video clip. Right? They got a video clip of these kids fighting and Jonathan Majors running up going, break it up, guys. Come on.
Oh, so you're thinking it was staged?
Am I thinking it was staged or do I know it was staged?
Well, I'm asking, you know.
But the kids in the back is, oh my God, it's American actor Jonathan Majors. Like, yes, it is. It's violence.
Thanks, man. Thanks, little man. You know,
violence is never the answer.
It was bad. It was
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Just happened to be walking down the street when these two random kids are fighting each other and adults are with their phones like, oh no, stop fighting. Yeah. But we'll stop fighting because Jonathan Majors, he's somebody important. Yeah. Like, no.
I'm a man with money.
I mean, values. Like, whoa. What in the, like, come on, you should have just stayed at home. I don't know why you was doing shit like that. Cause now we know, like, you're definitely guilty. Like, you did that shit.
So I don't know.
Cause why is your PR team working this hard? Just sit down. If you didn't do it, just sit down, let time pass, let the facts, let the dust settle, and then make your comeback. But now you are here doing these kind of ridiculous stunts. It's like, you don't need to do stunts like this when you ain't fucked up, is all I'm saying. You did something. You did something.
Answer your question.
Yeah. What do you think, Luis?
Dude, I'm of the same sentiment as you, Andres. I don't know what the hell happened, and so that's why I just need to shut the fuck up and kind of like get in the like until shit comes out, because that would be horrible if you actually were victimized and then the world doesn't believe you and they're like,
or loves this dude, or goes to love this dude, and it's like, you're a fucking lying bitch. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm just recommending things after things. The House of Hammer, the Army Hammer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first episode was good. It's a 3-episode documentary. The other 2 episodes didn't even happen, but the first episode was really good. It just focused on Army Hammer and his love connection peoples. And one of his ex-girlfriends that like outed him at the beginning, she got so much hate mail, so many people like messaging her, harassing her, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, he's a treasure, you're just a whore, you're just a like,
oh wow.
Yeah, like, and they got after her like really bad, and so she was like, and so she, in the documentary, the interview, she's just like, I understand why people don't want to step forward. Like, I didn't know what's gonna happen because I didn't know, like, I guess he hit her up on the DMs and that's when they started dating. But like, so she never really put it into perspective. Like, oh yeah, he is this famous guy. Like, she knew he was in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think that when she accused him of these things that it would like turn into this huge backlash and stuff. And then like, everyone's like, oh no, he didn't do it. And then like the second accusation, third accusation, fourth accusation, be like, maybe he did do it. Like,
maybe he did, guys. Maybe. It's a tricky one.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see as time progresses. I understand that they don't want to. It's interesting that Disney's more lax with it, considering Cartoon Network dropped Justin Roiland for the domestic abuse charges. That were dropped. That one was dropped. It was an ongoing investigation. They're like, oh well, we already made our decision. We already fired you, so
we're sticking with it.
Have fun.
Right.
They're not even getting impersonators that sound like him. They're just going in whole different directions.
Interesting. But
I talked about it before with the Solar Opposites show. Yeah. Like, they just make his voice British now. He's just a British dude now. So it's like, all right. They're like, yeah, we did it. Move on. Like, that's what it is. Still good show.
What's funny though is that when they were talking about, or when they previewed or dropped the trailer to season 7, right, of Rick and Morty, everyone was just like, oh, you guys got someone that doesn't even sound like him, blah, blah, this and that. And then like the current producers and showrunners were like, that's his voice. That was shit that we shot last season.
Yep.
So you guys literally did the work for us in saying that he sounds like trash. Thank you very much.
Dang. Uno reversed it on their ass.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. They're like, that was 100% him. That was stuff.
Yikes. They were so ready to be salty. No. Losers.
It gets so toxic.
Not great.
Fan bases? How about them toxic Star Wars fans?
It's immediately what I think of whenever I think of toxic fan bases.
They're awful. Awful.
Did you survive?
No, I forgot. I still haven't seen 4, I don't think. Wait, yes, I did. I take that back. I forgot. That's right, because I was in the chat saying, fuck Sabine. That's right.
On 3, so.
Yes. Sabine is ass. I stand by that.
I saw you say that and I was like, damn, I was liking Sabine, so something must have happened. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, I haven't seen 6 yet, but 6 shows there's a big reveal in 6 from what I've heard.
Oh, I know who the person is. I'm looking forward to seeing him
Yeah,
in action.
Feels
Because of course his face is everywhere. And so I was like, oh shit, they really got there. Okay. Well, here we go. Right? Because once that motherfucker show up, hiya. Hiya. It's bad news all around. Oh, excuse me.
next. All right, how many more items do we have on the docket?
We have more. I skipped this that they have this new Toxic Avenger movie coming out. Have y'all seen the pictures for that?
Yeah.
But Elijah Wood looks like fucking Gollum.
Yeah.
Is that who that was? Oh my gosh. Elijah Wood.
Inspired by
Real actor.
Eddie DeVito's Penguin is what the director was saying, which I can absolutely see.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Elijah Wood is a real actor. What's going on?
they threw
Yeah,
makeup.
he really looks like a fucking Gollum, dude. Like it's pretty bad.
Like not Gollum when he's transitioning, where
Oh,
it's
but Smeagol, yeah, where he's like almost Gollum.
Smeagol transitioning into Gollum.
Yeah.
When he was still kind of thick. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, where he was started losing his hair and he's kind of
Yes.
scandally looking, but not quite Gollum yet.
Yeah.
Why? He's a real actor. Who tricked him into doing this?
Maybe he fell in love with the show. I loved the Toxic Avengers cartoon show that came out in the 90s.
To say
Yes.
that,
And the movie was fucking hilarious. It's a
Yeah.
cult.
that's what I was gonna say. It's a classic. It has such a following. So
What's going on?
Peter Dinklage is supposed to be playing the Toxic Avenger this time around.
is
So that's gonna be fun.
Mm-mm-mm. Other than that,
Why would be so negative today? Ugh.
what? I was excited about several things. They just weren't any of the topics we were talking about tonight.
That's a very Ace Ventura thing. Fine. Let's do everything that you wanted it.
It was all the stuff we were talking about before we started recording. I was real positive then.
Oh, fuck me for hitting record. My bad.
Ah, he got me again. NSYNC, y'all. Have y'all been seeing the promotions for NSYNC?
oh
You guys ready? No strings attached. Dun, dun. Remember? Dun, dun. Yeah, you remember.
they released a Hot Ones episode on the 21st of September.
I need to watch it. I bet it's hilarious.
Really good.
Yeah.
And
Big girling over here.
I know. Well, it's what it is I understand now when my wife watches something that I want to watch and she enjoys how happy I get when I watch something. That was her this morning when we watched the Hot Ones and Sync. Like she's like giggly, she's excited. What I will say, and then I'll go around the room to get everyone's pulse check on it, is they are masters at marketing this thing. Because so my wife also listens to Lance Bass's podcast called Frosted Tip, and he interviews other boy bands and stuff like that. And so what she mentioned was because of the writer's strike, they cannot advertise the movie. But the loophole is because they released a new song, they're advertising the new song. That just So that's their way of still being able to promote it without
Promoting it.
Yeah, promoting.
It's a movie?
Well, the new NSYNC song is appearing in the
Trolls 3.
The what movie?
Trolls.
Trolls. Oh shit.
So they're like, if you want to hear the whole song, it's going to be in there. It's the first original song in years, you know. And everyone's like, are they going to do a tour? Like, obviously, that's the question everybody wants to ask, and that everybody wants to know. And they're just being so like, but in every show and everything they've been on, no one's ever directly said, "Are you coming back?"
Right.
But one thing that I will say about the Hot Ones, which I thought was funny, because everyone was always like, "Oh, Justin is too successful on his own. He doesn't want to be back with NSYNC. NSYNC wants to go back. He's too whatever." And he leaned into the joke. So when he welcomed everyone to the show, like, "Welcome to the show," and then all of NSYNC minus Justin's like, "Thank you for having us." And then Justin, 2 beats later, is like, "Whatever." Like leaning into the fan base thinks that, this. And then he also addresses it's gonna be my, like he addresses that.
Classic. Classic in sync.
Like tells the story of how that happened, which I thought was really interesting, which I won't go into now because I don't want to retell you a fucking interview. I'll let you guys watch it.
Yeah.
But interesting. If you give even a little bit of a shit about NSYNC, check out their Hot Ones because it's entertaining.
Classic.
Clearly, you care, Mose.
Yeah. I haven't stopped moving or dancing or being excited. My gosh. I definitely turned my back on Backstreet Boys once NSYNC showed up. It was like no looking back for me after that. I was in that thing. Yeah, 8th grade.
Let's sing on NSYNC.
Yeah, I was in that thing. I was head over heels for Justin Timberlake right out the gate. Like when he had the super curly blonde, and he was on MTV telling people his favorite color was baby blue. I was like, me too, Justin. Because at the time I loved baby blue. So I thought we were meant to be. Like you couldn't tell 14-year-old Amber that she wasn't supposed to be with Justin Timberlake. Because I knew it to be true. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't though. It wasn't true. It wasn't true.
In the back, right, see Justin walking in the right behind.
I was just like, oh, I told you.
No, fool, get back.
Jessica Biel, who? I told y'all. Classic, yeah.
Esteban, are you excited?
I will say that I do have a guilty pleasure of listening to Justin Timberlake's music. I will say that.
Specifically or NSYNC?
A little bit of both. But growing up, my sister was all about NSYNC, and that was pretty much it. My wife was very much Backstreet Boys all the way forever and ever and ever and ever until her heart's and
but I used to think it was one or the other, but I've come to find out that some fans, even though they adored one, they still really like the other. Was your wife?
Both. It's definitely both.
Absolutely. And this is the thing is that, and a lot of people will argue between the two boy bands. The Backstreet Boys are the only ones out of the two where all 5 of them sing. They actually have an actual, so they lyrically can sing. Okay. Which on the other side of that coin, in NSYNC, there's only 2 that do.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Which 2? Which 2 are you trying to say? Justin
and JC.
That's because you haven't heard the whole albums. You haven't heard the albums because Lance got a solo. See, you don't know.
Oh my God! See, look, I already knew.
You don't know.
I'm agreeing with Esteban only on the basis that they talk about that very thing. They talk about that on their interview. Like they kind of form a team that's more like a choir. Like Lance is more of a bass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the rest of their names, but it's like this is the bass, this is an alto, this is this, and then these 2 are lead singers.
So. I fucking for years, those all 10 names have been burned into my head.
Absolutely, sir. You better get it right.
Burned into my head.
Get it right, Louise.
My sister had the marionette dolls when they came out.
Okay, wait a minute. Not the creepy ass dolls.
Oh,
no strings attached. I told you, no strings attached.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like there's that. So that's why for whenever growing up, when it was either Backstreet or NSYNC, that's where the arguments came up. With the fans, it's like, well, all 5 of them sing and only 2 sing. If you want to be entertained, go see NSYNC because of all the dance moves. If you want to be elevated to a next level of music, go watch Backstreet Boys live. Shit like that. There's a lot of that.
Next level.
My wife to this day will not forgive me because I had the opportunity. I gave her, and I don't feel that I tricked her because I wanted it to be a surprise for her. Okay.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't like surprises at all. Okay. So I had the opportunity to buy her either Backstreet Boys tickets when they were doing their residency in Vegas, Okay. Or take her to the IMAX in Pasadena. So for those of you that don't know, the IMAX is the Comic-Con for makeup artists. Okay. Everything makeup, special effects, things like that. Okay. So I presented something. I asked her, I said, hey, one of my friends was asking me, and I thought I'd ask you because you're kind of into the same things as my friend's girlfriend. And then she's like, oh, okay, sure. What's up? So I said, okay, he has the ability of buying her tickets to something. One of them is either going to be tickets to an old school boy band that she liked growing up, or tickets to go see, go to the IMAX. So, you know, if you were picking, what would you pick? You know? And she goes, okay, well, where's the concert at? I go, it's in Vegas. Okay. Well, where's the IMAX? Oh, it's in Pasadena. Okay. And she's kind of like thinking about it. She goes, let me get back to you. I said, okay, cool. So then, but I never, this is the thing that it probably was my fault, because I never told her who the band was in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then she ultimately says IMAX. You know, if I were her, I'd say the IMAX. I said, okay, cool. Her birthday came around, gave her a card, gave her the tickets, and I go, well, it was actually for you. And she goes, can I ask you a question? And I go, yeah, what's up? She goes, who was the band? And I go, it was Backstreet Boys. And she kind of gave this look of like, not disappointment, but like, you kind of should have told me type thing, you know?
Backstreet Boys, bro.
Yeah. And then to this day, she's like, I should have said Backstreet Boys. But the other, like I said, the other side of that coin was I never mentioned who the band was, you know? So yeah, so now I'm hoping and praying that the Backstreet Boys go on tour very, very fucking soon, so I can buy her tickets to go for that. Or
right after the residency, they toured with New Kids on the Block. So I'm sure. Yeah, dude. There's no way they won't.
Right, and that's why this whole thing where it's like, if NSYNC comes back, there's a big possibility that Backstreet Boys and NSYNC are going to go on tour together if it happens.
That's going to be a fucking baseball stadium tour.
Oh my gosh, dude! I might actually spend a couple $1,000s to see that. I might, yeah.
It has to be fucking football stadiums. It's gonna be so fun.
Oh my gosh,
that would be ridiculous.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Right. They would have to shut down fucking Disneyland in order for that shit to happen.
If something like that happened, we've already talked. Me and my wife have talked about it. I'm like, I'm not dropping thousands to watch it here in California. I will buy the ticket in Arizona. We'll fly to Arizona, because it's like LA and New York. That's where everybody wants to like buy spots, buy tickets, and then they resell and all that bullshit. Like, nah. Watching them in Oregon, y'all.
Oregon, let's go.
Okay, we're gonna watch this fucking show.
Oh yes, we are.
Andres, are you and your wife into boy bands?
I am not. My wife does, but she's not super into it. She does though, like it. But I could give 0 fucks about it.
Dang, not a spin.
I don't give a small iota. That's good. Everybody has the stuff they enjoy, but I fucking don't care.
Wow.
I don't care.
Wow.
Hey,
that spin was
care.
unnecessary.
I don't care.
That's the very
You're gonna pay me to care. I give not a single care.
Damn. I was over here just so excited. He's like, ooh, what a dumbass.
No, like I said, everybody has their thing. I just don't give a fuck.
This is like, I will pay you money right now to leave me and stop asking me these questions.
Right? I'll give you $5 to never ask me this question again.
I don't fucking care. I don't care.
All right. So in the comments, if you're listening to this, no, that's what we'll do. And I'm gonna edit this thing. In the comments, let me know what song should Andres listen to, and we will record his reaction and we will post that out as content.
Help us change his mind, y'all. Help us change his mind.
There's nothing, like, everybody has their style of music that they like, and it's whatever you heard struck a chord, and that's just is what it is. There isn't any thing from that sound that's gonna sway me.
And
Like,
you
We'll see.
I could say that they're if it was a good musical composition or the vocals are good, yeah, I could acknowledge that. It's just not for me.
So let us know in the comments what song for him to listen.
gonna go through with this.
And by the way, let me just add this. It isn't like macho tough guy bullshit where it's
Right.
like, I'm listening to that gay shit.
Yeah.
It's not where it's coming from. I love me some Taylor Swift. So that's not where this is coming from. It's just sound never caught me. I don't give a fuck.
I get that.
Crazy. Mm-mm.
Well, the-
Unacceptable.
We're not getting away from it.
Well, like to his point, it's like for me, like I never got into like hardcore like rap. Like I got into like
I knew he was gonna say rap before he finished the sentence.
Yeah.
Oh,
They said hardcore. I was like, oh, hell.
like rap.
like it's like I never got into like that. You know what I mean?
Shocker.
Or like or I never really got into like R&B. You know, I just didn't. I just didn't.
He
You
said
know?
R&B, right? That's what he
I
said.
did. Yes, I
Oh,
did.
so black people music is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Why
I was
are
like,
you? What
black
the
people
fuck,
music then?
Mose?
I'm like,
Exactly. I was
either
like,
the
black
hip
people
hop
music.
or the R&B, sir.
Yeah.
Seems real specific to a very specific dynamic.
But, you know, we
And
forget.
vote forever, bitch.
He grew up with money. We forgot about
Never
that.
gonna get it.
Oh, he's bougie.
That's right.
He's
Yes.
bougie.
Oh
Got
yes,
it.
totally bougie. Yes, absolutely. 100% with my fucking Kmart fucking shoes and shit growing up. Yes, very bougie.
Kmart shoes walking right away from the hip hop section. No, thank you.
God. It's always Mosby turning it into a race thing.
Oh,
Bam! That's what I'm here for.
Did listen to boy bands, but she also listened to R&B. So I know of things because of like the shit she would listen to.
Oh yeah.
So to be fair, Esteban, I wouldn't have listened to it either because I was
Y'all
more.
tell me y'all not listening to old school Alicia Keys with Love in Your Heart?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But again, it was through.
No, that was that I got that's that switch got turned on when I met my wife. So
Thank goodness. Shout out to your wife. You was missing
Shout
out
out.
on a lot, man. You was missing out on a lot. R&B, hip hop, I can give you hip hop. Because I get it. That cannot be for everyone. But R&B, friend,
it just
Mary
wasn't.
J. Blige wasn't doing it for you. What?
Casey
Oh,
Jojo.
no, okay. This is what you got. This is okay. Let me set the stage for you. Okay, during that time, I went to an all boys high school. Okay, all boy high school.
This took a turn.
So, huh?
I thought you boys, but there's such an emphasis on B. You're like, I went to an all black school. I'm like, what?
He was like, boo.
This answers nothing.
Only gives more questions. This only gives more questions.
Went to an all boys school, so the majority of the music that was played when in like the locker room or whatever was hip hop. So I never had that like R&B taste of music, growing up. So it's not my fault, man. What the fuck?
Rough. There's still time to turn around. There's still time to discover Erykah Badu. Okay, you still got time.
Erykah Badu is actually really good. You know who else I really like? I like listening to her.
Yeah. Also R&B. I didn't know if you knew that.
I know. Mosby. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
I've been here. I've been living in it. I know. Yes.
We've been waiting for you. Hello.
Where the fuck's my members only jacket?
Comments. What song for Esteban to listen to?
Now it's what song for us to give it to us.
Get to see it. Please let us know in the comments. And
That's all the topics for tonight, y'all.
that this very chaotic episode to a close. Thank you for being a part of the ride. Again, I know we keep talking about the comments, but that is your opportunity to be a part of the show. If you're listening to it still and you haven't done it yet, hit a thumbs up for us. It really does help us out with getting our content out into the world. But we love you. Thank you very much for listening in to us, and we will catch you guys next week.
Good night. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.